I am not a big fan of this because I've had this like flap around. Look at that flap, like ham sandwich. What's up guys, Al here from AM Train, going to review, or at least give you my first impression of Mark Bell Slingshot's strong knee sleeves. So these are supposed to be the knockoff of the SBD sleeves, but if you stay tuned, you will see that these are not so much of a knockoff. Alright, so right off the bat, I went ahead and opened them at home. I wanted to do a review over there at my house, but I couldn't. My kids were around and they were too noisy. They almost have like loudness levels that are unnatty. So I couldn't do a video because I wouldn't be able to you wouldn't be able to hear me. My kids are always screaming, but that's why I'm in the car right before class, right before I hit school, to give you this wonderful car review on these sleeves here. So, of course, everyone knows the SBD sleeves. These have been around for more than a year because these are a year old, at least for me. And of course, you can see they're still sturdy. They're pretty much still wonderfully sturdy and being able to be used over and over again. The only thing that I messed them up personally is because when I deadlift, I either leave them on my knees or on my shins, and the knurling on the bar really just kind of rolls out. I don't know if you can see. Rolls out, and you get these kind of bundles of, like, I don't know, it's the little balls you get on sweaters, like sweater balls, but not sweaty balls, but sweater balls. And that's what you got right there. And so along with that, that is the wear and tear of my SBD sleeves. And so everything is pretty much comparable. I mean, if you look at them, they're pretty much the same height. So I mean, if you compare and match them up side to side, they're pretty much the same height. There is one thing that you should be wary about when you watch this video, is that I bought large SBD sleeves and medium strong sleeves. And the reason why, because the large is pretty much comparable to the SBD sleeves, pretty much spec by spec, except for that the medium, I wanted a competition or a tight fit in order to kind of give me a little bit more rebound, and that's pretty much what people have been doing, is getting that tight fit. So if you guys want to know my measurements, I know you guys want to know my measurements, calf wise. So of course on SBD on the website there, they're gonna ask you to measure your knee. So my knee pretty much measures around 15 inches, and that's American. So if you're not from America, if you don't speak America, you are looking at 38 centimeters around my knee. And then, but they do warn you that if you do have a calf bigger, if your calf is bigger than your knee, which hopefully, and I'm glad that my calf is bigger than my knee, is I have 15.5 inches on my calf, 16 if I flex it, but on, you know, that's American, that would be about 39 or 40 centimeters on my calf there. So I would say the biggest thing besides the cost, let's talk about the cost real quick. So my SBD sleeves were about $90, and with shipping and everything, it turned out to be about $105 that I had to spend on my SBD sleeves a year ago. And my Mark Bell Slingshot knee sleeves, these went ahead and were $80, and actually with shipping and everything, it came out to be around $92. So if I did the math right in my head, that's about $13 difference, which I am pretty happy about. I'm a cheap bastard. If you guys have been a pervert of my channel for a while, you guys know I'm a cheap bastard. I don't like to buy things that I don't have to, but these are great investments. I really love both of these. Knees are going to be important to you because you want to keep your knees healthy. Anyways, like I said, I'm a very cheap bastard, especially this time of the year, because, long story short, my double stroller for my kids got jacked out of my car. What the hell? People are really shameless. But jacked out of my car, like a $300 stroller, and like I said, I don't make too much money, and that totally hurt my heart. But we are, you know, getting out of topic, but basically I needed to spend money on that, and I did. So funds were low, but definitely had to buy my knee sleeves in order to, you know, feel good and keep my knees healthy, at least nice and warm. Of course, everyone knows the benefits of knee sleeves. They don't add too much on your squat, but if I were to compare the tightness, let's talk about the tightness. So like I said, I got a large and a tight compression, so I was at the borderline. Of getting a either a medium for tight fit or a large for comfort fit. So large is what I got for comfort fit in my SBD sleeves, of course. That's why I've been drilling in your head. So I was kind of on the borderline between medium and a large. So I went with the competition fit for the medium, and for the medium. And so with the rebound, one of the major things that the difference between SBD sleeves is that this ring right here, this ring is supposed to, at least according to the website, kind of give you a torque. I'm guessing it's like how people wrap their knees with knee wraps, going from inside to out in order to kind of help give that torque of your knee and really bring your knees out and force them out a little bit. No one really wraps them going inwards. So that's my guess, is what that strip is, what they said. It's like a power strip or whatever. But I actually don't like it as much as I like this. So the strip right here, I'm pretty sure it's nothing really, to be honest. It's really just to combine the pieces all together. They did a great job in doing that. I don't really feel anything that would kind of give away. These will probably last just as long as SBD sleeves. The reason why I don't like this power strip is because I actually like more thicker pieces behind me. Thicker piece, yeah, make a joke about that. I like a thicker piece right behind my knee, because even though I don't like it to bundle up. I know everyone hates that bundled up feeling when you are putting on your knee sleeves and they kind of bundle up. I've had some really bad knee sleeves that actually did that. Some crappy ones that I don't even wear anymore. But basically, I hate that bundle up. But this one's gonna be nice and smooth through the back of your knee. But since it doesn't have that ring that goes right around, I think it's more material. I feel like there's more rebound. And even though I know these are medium, even though if I got the large, I bet it would do the same thing. A little bit more material. It's very small differences, really. But I would say that I actually like these better than these, just for that specific purpose, along with the price. So you're saving $13 plus, along with the rebound, you're gonna have a little bit more. But like I said, these are my first impressions. I've only wore these twice already, just one time, just to kind of walk them around and feel how it goes, do some body squats, feel how that felt, nice and supportive. And then it wasn't my squat day, because I already went ahead and hit some heavy PRs, it wasn't squat day, but I wanted to try them on. So I went ahead and did a fun lower body day. No one really has a fun lower body day, right? All lower body is hell. But you're probably seeing right now, I went ahead and did some pistol squats. I did 135 for about 3 reps or so. Pretty hard to balance the bar, really, and balance on one foot. And then I went ahead and did a couple attempts at 185 just for funsies. Now, I'm not a fan of pistol squats, especially since for me specifically, I have valgus knees. My knees are pretty darn crooked, pretty significantly, I would say about 10 degrees of valgus just for having a straight leg. And the thing there is that the reason why I'm not a fan of pistol squats is because, like I said, my knees are crooked to begin with, and in order to balance and in that pistol squat, your knees are going to have to cave in just to offset your balance. So your center of mass has to go off a little bit, and so for me, that's really asking for a disaster. But like I said, these make it felt so secure that I was like, you know what, why not have some fun? So I went ahead and did that. As you can see, I have still some work to do off of 185 pistol squat there. So 225 one day, right? So the thing here is these medium knee sleeves are pretty hard to get on, especially if you're sweaty and it's hot here in San Diego, so it's really difficult to get on. My favorite technique is Steve Goggins. Of course, everyone knows Steve Goggins. That guy is a beast. But my favorite thing that he suggested is using a plastic bag, and it's really hard to get these on. I'm sure it's the same thing with SBD sleeves to get them on. So there's different tricks. My favorite trick is Steve Goggins. He uses a plastic bag. All you need is the knee sleeves. You tighten these sleeves, plastic bag, and a sexy leg. And you're gonna fold your sleeves in a way where they're gonna be folding over each other, as you can see in the video. And then you want to wrap that plastic bag right over the calf, because the calf is going to be the hardest part to go over. So the plastic bag is going to help kind of slide that right through. You give it a nice little tug, and then mission accomplished. That is what she said. So you go ahead and do that, and that is pretty much the best way, because that plastic bag has so many multiple uses that it should be in your gym bag to begin with. I mean, you got your plastic bag. It's good for auto asphyxiation and also putting on your knee sleeves there. So that is a great tip there, because when you are sweaty or even just yeah, you struggle putting these on. I'm sure you guys have noticed that. Say if you ever tried competition SBD sleeves, some people would suggest baby powder. I'm pretty sure that would work, but as time goes by, you're pretty much putting powder on your SBD sleeves, and it's gonna get all gunky, and you're gonna have to wash them more frequently. Because I don't know if you ever smelled the bejesus, these will, oh my gosh, these will make you throw up. But I actually have a trick for washing SBD sleeves, because I used to wash them almost every week, and I would feel like that would kind of, if anything, make them a little bit weaker. I would always put a ton of soap on it, and they would smell good at first, but then maybe after one day of use, they'd smell bad again. My guess is that there was bacteria in there, and that I kept washing them. I was thinking that the bacteria would go away, but the thing is, I was probably having the bacteria that was pro-base in there. I don't know if you guys ever took chemistry. There's different bacteria out there that live off of different things. Soap is going to be more basic, and so what you want to do is not only soap it, wash it with soap one time, and then the next week you're going to want to soak it in vinegar. I know it sounds really weird, but the acid in the vinegar, I'm pretty sure kills the other bacteria that thrive off of the soap. And my knee sleeves have never smelled any better, and I've now washed them less frequently, maybe even once every 2 or 3 weeks, just because it doesn't smell so bad when you take them off. Another quick thing that I noticed about the knee sleeves is their stitching. Their stitching is, as you can see with that, I don't know if you can see with that because my camera is a piece of crap, but as you can see that there is a little bit of stitching where it's in a triangle kind of diagonal crisscross motion. That is actually, I thought that was pretty sturdy to begin with when I first got these, but then I went ahead and looked at the stitching on the strong sleeves. As you can see here, there's it's a little bit more threading, it's thicker threading, and it's very, I hope you guys can see that, because this is probably a really good indicator of the pretty good quality there. So if one were to kind of, if it were to rip or anything, it's still nice and in there, and it looks like, you know, it's gonna be, you're not gonna rip it. So that's the thing. I would say that's a huge plus, that they use more material, and that it's really on there. I'm pretty happy about that, really. That's the little details there that make up the quality there. So my only concern is that this strip right here. This strip right here is a little on the flatter side, of course, but that's where you have to sew it in. I definitely understand that. But with the stitching here, the stitching is kind of a long thread, and these, I'm sure if you don't take care of your sleeves, you might easily rip this. I'm not quite sure. Like I said, this is my first impression. I'll give you my updated review on these later on, but so far so good. Another thing, another small, like I said, I'm just pointing out small things, and I'm not, yeah, you can make a joke about that. point to my crotch, because that's a small thing. But the thing here is that look at these little tabs here. I am not a big fan of this, because I've had this like flap around. Look at that flap, like ham sandwich. And that is gonna kind of irritate you on the back of your leg compared to this. This is the only tag right here, right in the front, and it clearly shows that it's the right one. Another thing that I noticed is that these are supposed to be black, but I mean, I don't know if it matters to you, but as you can see, the SBD sleeves are kind of a truer black compared to the black that Mark Bell is saying, or Slingshot is selling. This is supposed to be black, but it's more of a kind of a dark charcoal. I don't know if that matters to you, if you want to make sure that your gym gear is on a fleek. I hate that saying, I don't know why I say that, but I just like to make fun of it, but then it's starting to be my vocabulary. Anyways, so that is kind of one other difference. So pretty much all in all, everything is pretty much spot on with Mark Bell's knee sleeves. I wouldn't even say that these are a knockoff. If they both came out at the same time, I would say that SBD sleeves would be kind of the knockoff, to be honest. I'm not even trying to get a scholarship by Mark Bell, but he just made a really great product with this. I'm a pretty darn big fan. Great thing too is that you don't kind of have that embarrassing SBD logo. If this is all personal preference. You know, once I first saw these come out, I'm like, SBD, silent but deadly. But this is like cool advertising. Like, yeah, I'm strong. I wear these in the gym, look like a douchebag, I'm strong, you know. But I like the logo. Definitely a big fan of the logo. It's easier to match too. I mean, red. When I wear blue shirts, it makes me feel self-conscious. I know I'm a douchebag, but if for you guys trying to match with your SBD sleeves, it's you're gonna have to buy a lot of red. This one's really neutral. Of course, you have that red in that logo, but that is also not as much as the red on these knee sleeves here. So everything, all in all, I would say that, like I said, if these both came out at the same time, I would say that the SBD feels like a knockoff compared to these, just because of the stitching alone. I think the stitching alone was probably the biggest factor, and yeah, I think overall that's call it a day. So I'll go ahead and give you guys an update. If you guys have any questions, definitely post them down below. I answered all my comments down below. I'm sure you guys will have plenty of questions on that. But other than that, that's it. Train hard, train smart. Oh, and subscribe, mother suckers. So when I saw him pull up in his car, I was like, should I go introduce myself? Should I be like, Dan Green, you don't know me, but I love you. But I didn't know what to do, so I kind of just played it cool. I didn't want to like bombard him in the first